What is a P.O.P plan? And I'm not talking about the beverage you drink. This is Kathy Bukowski. I'm the owner of CB Health Insurance, and this is the Small Business Benefits channel. Today's video is going to answer the question, what is a P.O.P plan? Let's first start by talking about where did this come from. Section 125 of the Internal Revenue Code allows employers to set up on behalf of the employees a cafeteria plan. They can pay for certain things in this cafeteria plan on a pre-tax basis. So what are the things that they can pay pre-tax? Well, there's really three. The first one are premiums that the employer would pay towards their health insurance, group health insurance or dental plan. Typically, an employer does not pay 100% of the premium, certainly not for most of the time, not for the employees, but not for the family and all the dependents. So you could be splitting premiums 80-20, 50-50. Any portion that the employee pays can be done pre-tax. So that's a win. Number two, under the cafeteria plan, what's allowable is that the employees can allocate for unreimbursed medical expenses. What am I talking about? This is a flexible spending account, and I did a video on this. What is a flexible spending account? It's anything that the employee pays for medical expenses. So it could be towards your deductible, could be co-pays when you go to the doctor, co-pays for the pharmacy, it could be for vision, dental, and there's a whole host of other things. You can watch that video. So that's number two under the cafeteria plan, right? Premiums are number one. Number two is flexible spending account. Number three item that you can put in the cafeteria plan is daycare expenses. Employees can allocate money, and we know how expensive daycare is. If you have moms that are dropping off kids at daycare, they can, and prior to, there is a cap on how much they can put into this, 2025, and before that it was $5,000. But it went up for 2026 quite a bit and hasn't gone up for a while. $7,500 the parents can allocate, or the mom can allocate to the account to pay for daycare. So how does it work? Well, an employer would have to hire a TPA, a third-party administrator, to do the paperwork, to set up the plan, make sure you're legal. You can't just, deduct premiums without having the correct documentation. And the TPA is going to have a conversation with the employer. Do you want to do a full-blown cafeteria plan with all three things? Or do you want to do a premium-only plan? Thus the name, P.O.P, right? You're only doing number one. Now, let's answer the question first and foremost. Why wouldn't you do the whole thing, right? Well, it's complicated. First and foremost, flexible spending accounts, F.S.As, require participation, and the owners and the highly compensated individuals are going to be limited on how much they contribute by everybody else that is not considered highly compensated, And the reason this is, the government is giving you a tax break. They don't want this to be set up for the benefit of the owners and the highly compensated. It should benefit everybody. So there is a non-discrimination rule, and you have to do annual testing to make sure you meet that rule. Second of all, there's monthly fees involved. When you're allocating money and employees are sending in receipts and getting reimbursed, somebody has to administer that, and there's a monthly ongoing fee to do that. Last but not least, employees don't often understand the flexible spending account because they're allocating what they think they're going to spend for the rest of the year. They're guessing, right? They can kind of add this up, and it's a use it or lose it. So oftentimes they get scared and they don't even participate. So that's a problem. Whereas a P.O.P plan, the premium only plan, is a little bit different. One, there's usually a setup fee. There might be an annual discrimination fee, but the fees are a lot less, right? And second of all, it's not hard for an employee to understand, yeah, I want to pay my premiums that I'm already paying on a pre-tax basis. It's not a use it or lose it kind of situation with the flexible spending account. So it's fairly easy to set up. The paperwork's not that difficult. There is annual testing that needs to be done still, and there is an annual 5500 form that needs to be filed, but an accountant can do this. You're putting in the number that you had basically pre-tax for all the premiums for all the employees. So that's not difficult. The forms are easy, the fees are easy, and last but not least, this is why I call it a no-brainer, you're saving on taxes. And there's two people saving on taxes, the employer and the employee, because when you pre-tax, you're saving on that FICA, which the FICA is split between the employer and the employee. 7.65 the employer pays, 7.65 the employee pays. This is the Social Security retirement taxes. And if you pre-tax, then you're both savings. And oftentimes we find that the fees, the annual fees to set up, or the setup fees, a premium only plan, are much lower than the actual tax savings. So another reason why it's a no-brainer. What is a P.O.P plan? Now you know. It is offered through Section 125 of the Internal Revenue Code. The employer sets it up on behalf of the employees. They're choosing not a full cafeteria plan, but the premium only portion. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Tell anybody that you know that owns a small business. We hope you found this helpful. Until next time, Kathy Bukowski, the owner of CB Health Insurance. Thank you for watching.